our Registrar and Vice Principal, Father Dr. Xavier, members of management, respected professors, and my dear friends. It is an absolute honor to stand before you today. I, Ikra Kulsum from BPA IB2, have the privilege of being your host for today's session. It is my pleasure to warmly welcome you all to today's event organized by the Xavier Debate Club in collaboration with the Social Awareness Committee. Today, we gather to reflect upon the powerful ideas of one of India's greatest visionaries, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. The theme for today is Ambedkar's vision, equality, dignity, and justice for all. Dr. Ambedkar envisioned a society where every individual, regardless of caste, class, or gender, is treated with respect and fairness. He strongly believed that true democracy is not just about political freedom, but also about social and economic equality. His ideas remind us that equality is not merely a right. Dignity is not something to be demanded, but something that must be upheld for every human being. And justice is not complete until it reaches the most marginalized sections of the society. Today's discussion will explore how relevant his visions remain in our modern world and how we, as responsible citizens, can contribute to making this vision a reality. I now invite our moderator, Xavier from BCP3, and our respected panelists to share their valuable insights.
Good morning, everyone. Before starting, let me introduce you all to our panelists. Utkarsh, Uday, Sagre, Abhishek. Let me begin with a question that may sound simple but is deeply uncomfortable. Can a society truly claim progress if equality exists only in theory but not in lived reality? This question brings us directly to the vision of B.R. Ambedkar, a visionary who didn't just imagine change but demanded it. I am Zubia Shahid and I will be moderating today's panel discussion. We have a powerful lineup of speakers, each exploring a different dimension of Ambedkar's vision, one that continues to challenge and guide us even today. To understand Ambedkar's vision, we must first understand the India he was born into, a society where inequality was not accidental but deeply structured. To take us through this foundation, I invite Utkarsh to present on historical context and vision of Ambedkar's vision.
Good morning, everyone. We must remember, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I'm talking about Baba Sahib. He was someone who not only faced challenges and backlash, rather he was a person who changed his setback into a comeback. From being deprived from education to getting 32 degrees to getting a PhD from a foreign nation and becoming a person of perseverance and knowledge. He traveled all day long to not only reclaim equality, dignity and education for himself, but extending it to all. To understand the vision of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, we must understand the Bharat he was born into. It was a fragmented society because of social discrimination, casteism and untouchability. And to make it even worse, there was divide and rule policy of British government. Over centuries, we as a society have sharpened our skill of giving birth to gods and goddesses and creating divisions in the name of faith, and often taking pride in differences rather than unity. All of this shaped Dr. Ambedkar's vision, one that was not merely reformative but transformational. Whether it be abolishing untouchability and guaranteeing protection under Article 17, or the spirit of equality, fraternity and justice. He and the members of drafting committee framed the constitution that becomes the guiding principle for Viksit Bharat. The vision of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar shaped the constitution where rights are not selective but transformational, where children, women and minorities find safety. They framed it as something which is not rigid but flexible. The Constitution gave us equality on paper. Now it is our duty to make it a reality in practice. Ambedkar gave us the Constitution, but his real gift was teaching us how to fight for our rights. Though the Constitution guarantees many values which are essential for our lives, but inequality still persists in many forms. And emergence of India as a powerful nation does not only depend upon economic growth, but it do depends upon social justice, fair system and inclusion of every citizen. Thank you.
Thank you, Utkarsh. You powerfully highlighted that inequality was not just social, it was systematic. And Ambedkar's vision was not just about reform, it was about transformation. It raises an important thought. If inequality was built into the structure of society, are we today addressing it at the same depth or just at the surface? With that, let's move from past to present. I now invite Ankit to speak on relevance of Ambedkar's vision in contemporary society.
A very good morning to respected dignitaries, my fellow panelists and all sincere audience. Today, as we celebrate the birth anniversary of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, we are not just remembering a leader, we are revisiting a vision that continues to guide the soul of our nation. Dr. Ambedkar envisioned an India where equality was not just written in the constitution, but practiced in everyday lives. Yet, if we look around today, we find that inequality still exists, whether in the form of gender discrimination, caste bias, economic disparity, or unequal access to opportunities. In the 21st century, we proudly speak of technological advancement, digital India, and global leadership. But the question we must ask ourselves is, are we really progressing socially at the same pace as we are technologically? Dr. Ambedkar strongly believed that education is the most powerful weapon for social transformation. But even today, access to quality education remains unequal. Many talented individuals stay back not because of lack of ability but by lack of opportunity. This clearly shows that his vision is not outdated, it is unfinished. He also emphasized dignity for every single individual. In today's world of social media, where voices are amplified instantly, we still witness hate speech, trolling, and discrimination. This indicates that while our platforms have evolved, our mindset still needs reform. Moreover, Ambedkar's idea of justice, social, economic, and political, remains highly relevant. True justice is not something just about laws, but about fairness in real life. When people still struggles for employment, equal treatment, or basic rights, it becomes crystal clear that his vision is still a work in progress. Therefore, Ambedkar is not just a figure of past, he is a guide for our present and a hope for our future. As we honor him today, let us remember that his vision cannot be achieved by admiration alone. It requires strict action. So let us commit ourselves to breaking barriers of discrimination, promoting inclusivity, and standing up for justice in our daily lives. Because the real tribute to Ambedkar lies not merely in words, but in the society we built. Lastly, I would like to end my words with a powerful thought inspired by his ideas. A nation is not great because of its wealth or power, but because of how it treats its most vulnerable citizens. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Lokesh. You've drawn a sharp contrast while we celebrate technological growth. Social equality still struggles to keep pace. Your point that Ambedkar's ideas are not outdated but unfinished really stands out. So the now question begins, if the vision is clear, what supports it? What sustains it? The answer lies in the framework of law. To help us understand this, I invite Uday to speak on role of law and constitution in Ambedkar's vision.
Respected Chair and fellow citizens. Usually on panels like this, we praise Dr. Ambedkar and then go home to our own lives. But today, I want to be honest, Dr. Ambedkar's greatest fear, which has come true. He feared we would become a political democracy but still remain a social graveyard. He did not write the constitution to give us for celebration, but he wrote it to give us something to change. If you are here for a history lesson, you are in the wrong room. I am here to talk about the ongoing war between law and reality. We talk about the role of law, but for many in this country, the law is luxury, which they cannot afford. We have the right to information, which is getting diluted day by the successive governments, and yet we are not bothered. We are the most misinformed generation in history. Why? Because we have the rights to know, but we lack the will to ask. We use our phones to scroll through distractions rather than using the RTI to hold the corrupt official accountable. Is the law weak, or are we just lazy? Dr. Ambedkar warned us, we have equality in the heart. One person, one voice. But the moment we step outside, we go back to our boxes. We go back to our caste, our religions, our prejudices. We are living a double life. We worship the constitution in public, but we practice inequality in private. If your culture or your tradition forces you to look upon someone, then your culture is violation of the constitution. The constitution is a paper shield. It only becomes a living sword when we pick it up. We complain about the system, but the system is us. Article 14 says we are equal, but our boardrooms and our dinner tables says otherwise. Ambedkar's vision was not about the book, it was about dignity. And dignity is not something a judge gives you in a court, but it is something we must have the courage to demand in the street. I want to leave you with a thought that should keep you awake tonight. Maybe Dr. Ambedkar said that he found the constitution being misused. He would be the first to burn it. Today, we are not burning it with fire, we are burning it with our silence. Every time we see an injustice and say, it's not my problem, we are setting fire to his vision. So don't tell me that you respect him. Show me. Are you a citizen who defends the law, or are you just another standby watching the republic fade away? Thank you.
Thank you, Uday, for an insightful explanation. The Constitution guarantees equality, dignity, and justice. But here's something worth thinking about. If rights exist on paper, why do inequalities still exist in practice? Is the gap in the law, or in its implementation, or somewhere within society itself? This brings us to the harsh realities. I now invite Safin Raj to present on challenges and gaps in Ambedkar's vision.
Good morning to the respected dignitaries. B.R. Ambedkar gave this nation a dream where every people, regardless of their caste, religion, and gender, live with dignity, equality, and justice. Many years have been passed, but the question is still there, that how close are we to that dream? Let us be honest, the gaps still exist. First, the caste discrimination. The caste discrimination still exists. Maybe not what we thought that it was back then, but now it's changed its form as well. It's now in our mind, in our behavior, and in our personality somewhere. And when we talk about the caste, some places where the Dalits are still denied to enter in the temples, to draw water from the wells. And they are even treated improperly and unfairly in the society. Practices like the manual scavenging are still continues. Now when we talk about the second thing, that is the economic inequality. Ambedkar believed that without financial resources, rights have no real meaning. Yet, many people from the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes still struggles with poverty. Reservation policies are not implemented well and questioned. There's a thing that without the basic opportunities, the life with dignity becomes difficult. Now, when we talk about the legal system, let me ask you a question, a simple question. How our legal system and the way of justice are there in India? The question is very simple, and the answer is in our mind here as well. Our justice system is slow and expensive. The guilds are free moving here and there, maybe in between us, maybe in front of us. His ideas. We respect his image, but we ignore his thoughts and teachings. Ambedkar once said, political democracy cannot last unless there is a social democracy. We have built laws, but did we build a society that we dreamt? No. The Constitution shows us the path, but we are the one who must walk on it. The work is not finished, and the responsibility is ours to finish it. With this, I would like to end my words.
Thank you, Satvik. That was honest, intense, and necessary. From caste discrimination to economic inequality and delayed justice, you reminded us that the gap between vision and reality is still very real. And perhaps the most striking point you made was this: we have built institutions, but not yet the society Ambedkar envisioned. So the next logical question is, how do we change society? For that, we turn to one of Ambedkar's strongest beliefs, education. I invite Abhishek to speak on role of education and awareness in Ambedkar's vision.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I would like to speak about the role of education in promoting equality and social justice. When Dr. Ambedkar said, educate, organize, he gave us a powerful roadmap to achieve equality, dignity, and justice for all. Among these, education is the most important starting point. Education is a powerful tool for social transformation. Inequality exists not only because of economic differences, but also because of lack of awareness and access to knowledge. Education empowers individuals to question discrimination, challenge injustice, and demand their rights. One key aspect is equal access to quality education to all. Education should not be a privilege for a few, but a right for everyone. When people from marginalized communities receive proper education, they can break the barriers of caste, creed, and gender, and move forward on the basis of merit. However, we must also acknowledge a serious issue: lack of proper attention to education. In many areas, schools still struggle with poor infrastructure, shortage of trained teachers, and limited resources. When education is not given priority, inequality continues to grow. However, education also builds awareness. Many people face injustice simply because they are unaware of their rights. An educated person understands equality, freedom, and justice, and becomes confident enough to stand against discrimination. In conclusion, Dr. Ambedkar's vision of equality, dignity, and justice can only be achieved when education reaches every individual and awareness spreads across the society. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek. That was a powerful reminder that change doesn't begin in systems, it begins in minds. Education doesn't just inform, it empowers. Awareness doesn't just speak knowledge, it challenges prejudice. But awareness also brings responsibility. So now we come to the most important part of our discussion, what next? To take us forward, I invite Ravi to share his thoughts on future scope and way forward of Ambedkar's vision.
I measure the progress of a community by a degree of progress which women have achieved, said by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Powerful words, and yet here we are in 2026 still having to say them out loud. Good morning, everyone. I am not here to deliver a history lesson about past. I am here to ask one uncomfortable question from you all. Why does dignity still feel like a privilege? We are a country that worships goddesses in the morning and questions women's ambition by afternoon. We light diyas for Durga, the symbol of power, and then tell our daughters not to flow too far from home. That is not tradition, that is contradiction. Baba Saheb did not merely write laws, he engineered a conscience for this nation. Article 14, equality before law, where every disadvantaged citizen would stand equal before the law. And what did we do with it? We made it a debate. As yet, some people still search surnames before approving a marriage. The law has changed, but the bias has made it change its laws. That is not progress, that is a makeover. So where do we go from here? First, equal pay. India is now the fourth largest economy in the world. Impressive. And yet, Indian women earn roughly 20% less than that of men for the same work. You cannot build a superpower while underpaying half of your workforce and calling it normal. Second, mental health. We are the most stressed generation in Indian history. Exam pressure, unemployment, anxiety, social media comparison. And what is our national response? Think positive. Ambedkar fought for the right to live with dignity. We cannot live with dignity when an entire generation is silently collapsing and the system calls it a personal problem. Mental health is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Third, we revolutionize scrolling, not our society. We are the most informed generation in history and somehow the most silent. We post, we share stories that disappear in 24 hours, just like our outrage. Ambedkar did not tweet about injustice. He did not share a quote on Instagram and call it activism. He wrote an entire constitution about it. So what you can actually do? Challenge one by statement in your classroom. Support one movement-led businesses. Vote not for the best speech, but for the best record of politicians. Change does not need a viral movement. It needs a consistent habit. Awareness without action is just very well-informed silence. As Kabir wrote, I went looking for the evil in the world and found none greater than within myself. So no nation can call itself civilized while its women negotiate for safety. I will conclude with that. Ambedkar once addressed in a hall, cultivation of mind is the ultimate aim of human existence, and education is the milk of that lioness. Whoever drinks it will roll. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Pradeep. That was bold, thought-provoking and deeply reflective. You reminded us of something uncomfortable but true. The biggest obstacle to Ambedkar's vision today may not be the lack of laws, but the silence of those who know better. As we conclude, one thing is clear. Ambedkar's vision is not a completed chapter in history. It is an unfinished responsibility. Equality, dignity and justice are not achievements we inherit. They are values we must actively practice. Let us not just remember Ambedkar, let us reflect him in our actions, our choices and our courage. Because the Constitution can guide a nation, but only its people can transform it. I would like to sincerely thank all our speakers, Utkarsh, Ankit, Uday, Satvik, Abhishek and Praveen for their powerful insights. Jai Bhim, Jai Xavier, Jai Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you to our panelists and our moderator for those insightful thoughts. Poetry has a unique way of touching hearts and conveying deep messages. Now, to express these powerful ideas through art and emotion, we move to a poem. Let's welcome Ankita Singh from BBA IB3 for the recitation.
Good morning everyone. मेरी कविता का शीर्षक है हम भारत के लोग या बटे हुए लोग. We, the people of India. हम भारत के लोग. यही लिखा है शुरुआत में, पर सच बताओ कितनी सच्चाई है, हम साथ हैं इस बात में. कागज पर सब बराबर है ये संविधान कहता है, पर जमीन पर हर इंसान अपनी जाति के नाम से रहता है. कानून कहे भेदभाव अब ऐसी कोई बात नहीं, पर समाज पूछे अरे बेटा पूरा नाम बताओ, यही सबकी पहचान बनी. वो बच्चा आज भी पीछे बैठता है चुपचाप, क्योंकि उसके नाम से पहले हो जाता है उसकी जाति का हिसाब. वो सपने देखता है मगर सीमाएं उसे रोक जाती हैं, क्योंकि उसकी पहचान ही उसकी राहों की मोड़ बन जाती है. अछूतपन खत्म हुआ ऐसा लिखा है किताबों में, पर आज भी वो जिंदा है हर गांव की हवाओं में. बर्तन अलग, रास्ते अलग, ये कैसा व्यवहार है? क्या सच में ये नया भारत है या वही पुराना संसार है? वो छोटी समाज के लोग बस्तियों में आज भी भूखे सोते हैं. अधूरी रोटी, टूटे छत, समाज की हार से वो रोते हैं. सरकार देती है हक, मगर खबरें वहां तक जाती नहीं. अज्ञानता की जंजीरें आज भी खुल पाती नहीं. शहरों में बात होती है बराबरी और संविधान की, पर गांव में आज भी जंग है सम्मान और व्यवहार की. फिर आते हैं सफेद कुर्ता पहने नारंगी शाल के साथ वो लोग, हाथ जोड़कर कहते हैं हम बदल देंगे हालात तुम्हारे लिए. पर सच ये है वो हाथ जोड़ते नहीं, बस गिनते हैं. उन्हें इंसान नहीं भेड़ बकरियों की तरह वोटों में वो चुनते हैं. नफरत के बीज बोकर सत्ता की फसल उगाते हैं, और वो उसी मिट्टी में अपने सपने दफनाते हैं. संविधान आज भी खड़ा है, चुप मगर सच्चा है. हर बार कहता तुम बराबर हो, यही उसका वादा पक्का है. बाबा साहब ने कहा था समानता बिना आजादी अधूरी है. तो बताओ क्यों हमारे सोच में आज भी भीड़ हुई है? मगर शायद अंधेरे में अब भी एक लौ बाकी है. अब एक नई आवाज उठ रही, अब ये हमारी बारी है. जिसने नेपाल की सड़कों पर आवाज उठाकर दिखाया और ये जताया कि अगर इरादा मजबूत हो तो सिस्टम भी हिलाया। जेनजी वही पीढ़ी है जिसने सवाल करना जानती है, जो चुप रहने के बजाय सच को पहचानती है। तो अगर ये ठान ले तो बदलाव आ सकता है। जाति का ये जात भी मिटाया जा सकता है। आओ हम भी सिर्फ देखने वाले ना बन जाए, बल्कि बदलने वाले बनकर समानता लाए। वी द यूथ ऑफ इंडिया लेट्स प्रॉमिस। अब हम सिर्फ शब्द नहीं, एक आंदोलन बनेंगे। जाति नहीं बल्कि इंसानियत के नाम पर हम सबको एक ही तराजू में तोलेंगे। थैंक यू।
That was truly a beautiful and thought-provoking poem. Now, get ready for something engaging and impactful, a skit performance. Through drama and storytelling, this performance will highlight important social realities and reflect the ideals we are discussing today. Let's welcome the Xavier Debate Club with a huge round of applause.
भारत रत्न डॉक्टर भीमराव अंबेडकर को कोटि कोटि नमन। यह केवल एक नाटक नहीं, यह उस संघर्ष की आवाज है जिसे सदियों तक दबाने की कोशिश की गई। यह उस आत्मा की कहानी है जिसने अपमान को शक्ति में और पीड़ा को परिवर्तन में बदल दिया। आज हम जिस भारत में समानता, अधिकार और संविधान की बात करते हैं, उसकी नींव एक ऐसे व्यक्ति ने रखी जिसने जन्म से ही भेदभाव की सजा पाई थी, पर हार नहीं मानी।
पापा, मैं कैसा लग रहा हूँ?
ये लाठी, तुम किताब क्यों ली अभी?
बाबा, ये मेरी सबसे अच्छी किताब है। अच्छे कपड़ों के साथ अच्छी किताब भी तो होनी चाहिए।
हाँ हाँ, क्यों नहीं। वैसे ये वही किताब है ना जिसके लिए हमारे भीमा ने नानी का दिया चांदी का लॉकेट बेच दिया था?
आई, ये विज्ञान की किताब है। इसमें लिखा हुआ है कोई चीज क्यों डूब जाती है, क्यों तैरती है, कोई चीज क्यों भारी होती है और क्यों हल्की होती है। ये सब लिखा है इसमें। क्या तो चांदी का लॉकेट ये सब बता पाता? बाबा, मैं आया, मेरा बस्ता छूट गया है।
भीमा, भीम अगर मुझसे कोई भी किताब मांगेगा ना और मेरे पास पैसे नहीं रहेंगे तो मैं अपने आप को बंधक रख कर भी उसे वो किताब ला कर दूंगा।
हाँ जी, जरूरत पड़ने पर ऐसे करना पड़ सकता है।
बाबा, चलो ना, विद्यालय के लिए देर हो रही है।
पहले अपना खाना का डब्बा तो ले ले।
अरे हाँ, ले लिया। अब चलो, वरना पहले ही दिन विद्यालय के लिए देर हो जाऊंगा।
ये किताब मुझे चाहिए।
नहीं, ये मेरी किताब है, मैं नहीं दूंगा।
छोड़ो छोड़ो, ये किताब मेरी है। तुम पढ़ के क्या करोगे?
ए, छोड़ो, दिमाग खराब हो गया क्या तेरा? अब तेरी इतनी हिम्मत, तू इन लड़कों से लड़ाई करेगा? चल निकल तुरंत इस कक्षा से बाहर।
लेकिन गुरुजी, मेरा दाखिला तो इसी कक्षा में हुआ है।
बहस कर रहा है? मेरे से बहस कर रहा है? चलो निकलो, निकलो यहाँ से।
गुरुजी, कुछ भी सुनाई नहीं दे रहा और समझ भी नहीं आ रहा है।
जितना सुनाई देता है उतना काफी है। अरे पढ़ लिख के कौन सा बैरिस्टर बनोगे तुम? जो तुमको सब चीज साफ साफ सुनाई देना चाहिए। वहीं खड़ा रह और वहीं से पढ़।
उसे कक्षा से निकाला गया पर उसके सपनों को नहीं, उसे रोका गया पर उसकी सोच को नहीं। जिसे आज ठुकराया गया है वही एक दिन इस देश को बराबरी का मतलब समझाएगा, क्योंकि इतिहास कमजोर नहीं, हिम्मत वाले लिखते हैं।
वाह, भाभी कितना सुंदर बनाया है। ये पहन के अपना भीम एकदम राजकुमार लगेगा।
मैं कोई राजकुमार नहीं हूँ।
किसने कहा तुम राजकुमार नहीं हो?
अगर मैं राजकुमार होता तो गुरुजी मुझे सबसे अलग नहीं बैठाते।
कल तो कक्षा के भीतर नहीं जाने दे रहे थे ना वो लोग। ये तो खुशी की बात है। कल से आज बेहतर है। तुम्हें तो खुश होना चाहिए। रो क्यों रहे हो?
मुझे तो ये लग रहा है बुआ ठीक कह रही है। रोना नहीं बेटा। अच्छा मुझे ये बता कि तुम कक्षा के अंदर गए कैसे?
मुझे नहीं बताना, और मुझे उस विद्यालय में पढ़ना भी नहीं है। ऐसे थोड़ी होती है पढ़ाई। किसी को डांट कर आगे बैठा दो, किसी को डांट कर पीछे बैठा दो। मुझे नहीं जाना उस स्कूल में। कल से मैं नहीं जाऊंगा। बाबा, मुझे नहीं जाना उस स्कूल में।
भीम, तुम्हें स्कूल क्यों नहीं जाना है?
नहीं, मैं स्कूल नहीं जाऊंगा।
तो फिर चल मेरे साथ।
भैया जाने दो ना, बच्चा है, समझ जाएगा।
नहीं मीरा, ये बाप बेटे की आपस की बात है, बीच में कोई नहीं बोलेगा। चल मेरे साथ तू। जा, वहां जाकर खड़ा हो जा। ये बता, गर्मी लग रही है?
बाबा, गर्मी है तो गर्मी लगेगी ही ना।
वहां जाकर खड़ा हो तू अब।
क्यों बाबा?
मैंने कहा ना, वहां जाकर खड़ा हो जा। अब बता, गर्मी लग रही है ना? अब ये बता तू, कितनी गर्मी लग रही है?
कैसा सवाल है बाबा? जितनी वहां लग रही थी उतनी यहाँ भी लग रही है।
बेटा भीम, मैं तुम्हें यही सिखाना चाह रहा था कि जरूरी ये नहीं कि तुम कक्षा में कहाँ बैठते हो। जरूरी ये है कि तुम जहाँ बैठते हो वहां से पढ़ाई को कितना समझते हो।
यही वह पल था जिसने भीमराव के जीवन की दिशा बदल दी। अपमान अब कमजोरी नहीं, उनका संकल्प बन चुका था। उन्होंने ठान लिया, शिक्षा ही उनका सबसे बड़ा हथियार होगा। उनकी प्रतिभा से प्रभावित होकर बड़ौदा के महाराजा सयाजीराव गायकवाड़ ने उन्हें छात्रवृत्ति दी और सन 1913 में भीमराव अंबेडकर कोलंबिया यूनिवर्सिटी पढ़ने गए। यहीं से शुरू हुआ वह सफर जिसने आगे चलकर भारत का संविधान रचा।
जो समाज जन्म से ही एक को श्रेष्ठ और दूसरे को नीच बनाए रखे, वो समाज गुलाम बनाए रखने का षड्यंत्र करती है।
संविधान कागज पर नहीं, दिलों में जिंदा होना चाहिए। जब तक इंसान को नीचा समझेगा, आज़ादी अधूरी रहेगी। बराबरी कानून से नहीं, सोच से आती है। आज खुद को बदलोगे तभी बदल पाओगे सबको।
You must take a stand on the religion of our ancestors. You must take the stand which Buddha took. You must not only discard the Shastras, you must deny their authority. Let's together educate, agitate, and organize.
That was a wonderful performance. Now we move on to the certificate distribution ceremony where we recognize and appreciate the efforts and participation of our talented students. We are proud to share that our college team participated in the sports test in Jayanti X organized by IIM Ambedkar from 23rd to 25th January 2026 and delivered an outstanding performance across multiple events. I request our Vice Principal and Diet of Sports Committee, Father Dr. Xavier George SJ and Mr. Satya Kumar, Coach, Sports Committee, to kindly come forward and present the May I also request the students to come up on stage as their names are called. In table tennis category, the first runner-up are Mayur Kumar, Pakhi Kashyap, Kshitij Singh, Suhani Kumari Gupta, Ankit Kumar, Bonish Robin and Ayushi Kumari. Thank you, participants. In throwball women's category, the first runner-up are Pakhi Kashyap, Jia Kumari, Sania Raj, Sanjana Lama, Ritika Rao, Astha Kumari, Soumya Chandra and Raj Nandini. Thank you, participants. In throwball boys category, the first runner-up are Mayur Kumar, Mihir Khan, Himanshu Bhardwaj, Prateek Emmanuel Mims, Abhyuday Singh, Anand Rathod, Kishan Kumar Gupta, Utkarsh Raj and Rudra Pratap Singh.
कैमरा में नहीं आ रहा है.
Thank you, participants. In cricket category, the first runner-up are Nishay Anand, Rohit Raj, Ranveer Singh, Harshit Kumar, Mihir Khan, Siddharth Kumar, Vishal Kumar, Gauri Shankar Chaudhary, Syed Ahmad Haider, Sahil Singh, Abhijit Kumar, Umang Raj, Sujal Kumar, Mohammad Shahnawaz Ahmed and Devesh Singh. Thank you, participants. Some players perform, but some create impact that lasts beyond the game. This individual has done exactly that with remarkable consistency and excellence. Let's give a huge round of applause for our man of the series, Nishay Anand. Thank you. In chess category, the first runner-up are Maas Hussain, Rajvardhan Singh, Rajiv Pratap, Ankit Kumar and Suhani Kumari Gupta. Thank you, participants. In athletics boys team category, the first position goes to Anshuman Dhan, Mihir Khan, Vikalp Xavier and Abhyuday Singh. Thank you, participants. In athletics women's team category, the first runner-up are Pakhi Kashyap, Sania Raj, Soumya Chandra and Sanjana Lama. Thank you, participants. Our college teams also participated in Spratha CIMP Sports Fest held on 10th and 11th April 2026. In table tennis men's doubles category, the first position goes to Mayur Kumar and Kshitij Singh. Thank you, participants. In table tennis mixed doubles category, the first position goes to Kshitij Singh and Suhani Kumari Gupta. The first runner-up position goes to Mayur Kumar and Pakhi Kashyap. Thank you, participants. In table tennis men's singles category, the first position goes to Ankit Kumar. The first runner-up goes to Mayur Kumar. Thank you, participants. In athletics 200-meter boys category, the first position goes to Anshuman Bhan. Thank you to all the participants. Thank you, Father. Let's give a huge round of applause to all our achievers for making our college proud. As we conclude the program, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our members of management, respected professors, and a lovely audience for gracing this occasion with your presence. I would like to thank Dr. Rakesh Kumar Pathak, Dean of Activities, for curating this event so effectively. Thanks is also due to Mr. Vidyanand Chaudhary, Chair, Debate Club and his team, and to Dr. Alok Varan, Chair, Social Awareness Committee and his team for organizing this wonderful session. We express our sincere thanks to Xavier's Theatre Club and its director, Mr. Ajay Kumar, for the insightful skit. We are grateful to the members of the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication for photography and videography. I also thank the stage management, technical team and discipline committee for ensuring the smooth flow of the program. Last but not the least, I thank everyone present here for being such a lovely audience. Jai Xavier, Jai Bharat. You are requested to stand in attention for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय